Bhagavatam. Now we had completed till verse 23, and we were discussing about the way in which the sage is supposed to give up his body. Now, when that was discussed, we were talking about the rise of the Kundalini in every stage, how it goes to the top. Now, today we are going to understand something very unique. Now, what is this unique? See, understand that our whole system, the body, is called the replication of the universe. If that is the macrocosm, macro means big, this is the microcosm. Microcosm means small. What is there out is there within. Alright? Now, how do people travel? There was a movie which you might have seen some years ago. It won some Oscars and all that. Now, in that movie, they explained, I think it is called Interstellar or something like that. Now, in that movie, they explained how the person enters the wormhole and is back in his own house. They are going in outer space in a spacecraft, and the bodies are frozen, and then something happens and something happens. It was a brilliant film, no doubt about it. A very beautiful theoretical representation of the universe was given. Today we all follow that, the scientific ways. In today's satsang, we are going to explore the spiritual way of going about this universe. So let me start today's satsang. We are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 2, verse 24. O King, when such a mystic passes over the Milky Way by the illuminating Sushumna to reach the highest planet, Brahmaloka, he first goes to Vaishvanara, the planet of the deity of fire, wherein he becomes completely cleansed of all contamination, and thereafter he still goes higher to the circle of Shishumara to relate with Lord Hari, the personality of Godhead, that is Sri Krishna's land, the planetary system. Now, these, for a skeptic or those who don't believe in spirituality, will think of these words as something which is, like a story. It's nothing great than a story. But the spiritual masters can actually do this. Alright? The mystic passes over the Milky Way. These words sound very, very strange. So when I opened my satsang today, did I not tell you that there is a macrocosm and then there is a microcosm? All that you see in the outer space, in the outer worlds, in the outer realms is there within you. Within you. And how this works, we are going to explore it in a small way today. When the mystic passes over the Milky Way by the illuminating Sushumna. So now we have a clue over here which is called the Sushumna Nadi. Now what is this Sushumna Nadi? Sushumna Nadi is the middle channel. It is where our spinal column passes through. We have a spinal cord, isn't it? And around it are the vertebrae and all those kind of things, I think that spinal cord is there and goes down from the back of our neck till the coccyx, that's the last one. We did something about it yesterday as well, where the person has to close the last place, that is near the anus and the your reproducing organ there. It's a point, very small point. You have to put your feet, that is the heel of your feet over there, and execute a bandha. We did that yesterday. Today we are going to understand where the yogi is making this breath, life breath, rise higher and higher and higher. Do you remember we had come up to the Agya Chakra, right? There is the Agya Chakra and we had stopped over there. And I gave you an understanding between the Agya Chakra and the highest one, that is the head, there is a gap. There is a very big gap. Again, in one of the satsangs we had done, where Sri Krishna in the form of Mahavishnu lies over here in the core of our heart. Right? We did that as well. Now, before that we did something which was from the navel to the heart. Do you remember these words were being discussed yesterday? The navel is a world by itself. Okay? It's an entire world by itself. The center of it is what we call as the solar plexus. In English, it is called the solar plexus. Around it is our entire world. From there, the domain of Brahmaji is there. Brahmaji's domain is, I'm sure, Brahmaji rules over the Rajasic world. The creative energies are there and he produces everything. So from there, higher up, we came to the heart. And in the heart, we met Vishnu in a very unique form. It was mentioned that you have to visualize him in a certain way, correct? At the feet you will find the sages and the saints. You will see his wife is in front of him. There is a small Shivlinga to the right of him. All the gods and the goddesses are on this side of his being and he is turning and sleeping this way. So this is how we visualize him. Then we moved upwards. As we moved upwards, we have to come to a point where there is a blazing fire, it is said. What is this blazing fire? Okay. Now this blazing fire is a gap in our being. It's a small gap in our being. We have to pass through this gap. It is like a chasm also. And drop in. There the purification happens. The planet of the fire is there. Now, I want you to apply this within your body, not outside your body. Now, outside your body also I will explain to you. Because in the next verse it is explained. We have to purify ourselves. If I want to progress further, my being has to be purified. That means I cannot carry my body over there. Do you remember in the verse where we said, you cannot go beyond if you are having some desires? It was mentioned yesterday. If not, you can go and see my satsang yesterday's. You will find that I have mentioned these words. If there are any desires of any kind, either to see someone's heaven or to go and enjoy the rounds of this universe and all that, then you are still going to be around. But no, we are talking about going beyond now. So when you go beyond, you have to go through this purifying place. Okay. Vaishnav Nara. It is basically a fireplace, a place where fire god lives. Purification happens, and then we have to progress further. Okay. Now when we progress further, we come to something which they say as the Milky Way. Milky Way. Now in English it is called Milky Way, but it is not Milky Way. What exactly is it? It is called the heaven of Mahavishnu. It's called the ocean of milk. That means a place where you can only see white. White is the opposite of darkness. Please understand this. So there is light over there. Everything appears white, surrounded by white. This is an ocean. It is an ocean where the Mahavishnu rests in a different way. Now, beyond that, we have to go to another place which is called Shishumara. The Shishumara is a place where we will be now going to. Now, all this is in a meditative state. In your normal state, you can't go anywhere. In the meditative state, you can actually travel. I am sure those who attended my satsang on Tripura Rahasyam know about how that particular person could enter the mountain. And in the mountain he found the galaxy by itself, another one. It had its own Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. So there are multiple places in this universe where there are different Brahmajis and all reigning. Okay. Now we are coming to a place which is beyond that, beyond all these heavens. And that is called the Shishumara. We are going to learn about that. So we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 2, verse 25. This Shishumara is the pivot of the turning of the complete universe, and it is called the navel of Vishnu. The yogi alone goes beyond the circle of Shishumara and attains the planet which is called the Maharlok, where purified saints like Bhrigu enjoy the duration of life of, forget it, solar years. This planet is worshipable even for the saints who are transcendentally situated. We'll do the next verse also, that is verse 26. At the time of the final devastation of the complete universe, a flame of fire emanates from the mouth of Ananta. From the bottom of the universe, the yogi sees all the planet of the universe burning to ashes, and thus he leaves for Satyaloka by airplanes used by the great purified souls. The duration of the life of Satyaloka is counted to be 15 million or billion or whatever years. Okay, so I don't want to go into that figure. So let us try to understand. The figure is beyond my comprehension. Okay, it's beyond yours also. We can count hundreds and thousands, but not such a big figure. I'll have to go to the maybe ChatGPT or something. What is this figure? Okay, so let us try to understand what is mentioned over here. Now, this place where we say the ocean of the milk is literally like a black hole. It's literally like a black hole. The edges are swirling. The edges are swirling. In between that is a complete pitch darkness. Everything is moving around it. So when you are going inside this particular place, which is beyond our comprehension, you enter the world of Maharloka, where the sages and the saints reside. Now, when you are thinking, human beings have a limited concept of thinking, correct? You are reading newspapers and internet and everything. Just recently it was discovered that our Earth and Milky Way and the galaxies that are there are inside a black hole. We have heard this or no? If you have not, go and Google it and you will find the article over there. So what does it actually translate into? We are thinking of this outer world only, isn't it? No. In the spiritual realm, we do not think of this outer world at all. There is no comparison to the physical universe outside. So the macro world outside cannot be compared to what is being described over here. The person is entered this zone over here, which is actually not a zone for a normal person to enter. Why? Because that is the Brahmarandra, a very, very strange place to enter. And when he enters that, he is meeting over there number of different things. There is a swirling galaxies around him, and there is something which we call as a Milky Ocean. You have experienced it sometimes. I will tell you when you experienced it. Many a times when you are meditating or when you have a big accident or you are literally in a very, very traumatic condition, you are passing through a trauma, a terrible trauma. At that moment in time, the first thing that you see in your world in front of you is complete pitch darkness. Everything becomes black. And then everything starts turning white. The white is milky white. It is not understood by normal people. It appears that, oh, we have reached some heaven. When people say that they have gone to some heaven and come back, where are they going? They are going to this place, and place which is unknown, which normal human beings can't understand. So the spiritual world, there is this particular location where you can meditate on and you can transcend your normal body consciousness to this state as well. So highest of the yogis do this kind of a meditation. And those who are blessed by God, they can experience this in their normal life as well. Some people like Swami Vivekananda were able to see this black and the white light when they visited the Dakshineshwar Kali temple. Got it? In this particular place, you can't see anything actually. So you come to a pitch dark and then perfect white. It's like a cloudy thing. It's literally like a cloud surrounded by white light, and it's a bright light. When you enter that, there is a place which is called the lokas of all the sages and the saints. That is the Maharloka. So where is the knowledge established? The knowledge of the sages is established in this location. When you transcend, when you become the transcendentalist, when you become spiritually perfect, the knowledge from this can be extracted by you because it is all happening within you, correct? Right or wrong? It is happening within you. So this knowledge is in this location which can be extracted by you. He says purified saints like Bhrigu, okay, They enjoy this duration of life over there. So they stay in this place. All the knowledge of the universe, whatever that you wish to get, is in this place. And then he is giving an idea of what happens at the final devastation. So I told you there is a swirling right round that place. Now this swirling is nothing but what we call as Ananta, means eternal. Ananta means eternal. Eternal snake. It looks like a snake, a swirling snake, on which the Lord is sleeping. You remember? The center is the Shishumara. Center is the Shishumara. So, the yogi sees all the planets of the universe burning to ashes. So, when he is in this location, he sees everything is literally getting destroyed, which translates into the physical entity is getting destroyed. Physically, this body is there, everything that is there. Remember, he has to pass on beyond, isn't it? The sage or the saint has to pass beyond. Who are we talking to? King Parikshit. So King Parikshit is given this knowledge by Sukdev. So Sukdev is saying, if you were to do this, this is where you will go to. All the planets and everything is getting destroyed. Doesn't actually mean they are getting burnt or anything like that. It only means that from your world, from this body's, not this body's, this being's world, that is the Jeev's, the Atma's world, all these things around have zero meaning. So they seem to get destroyed. And thus he leaves for Satyaloka. Satyaloka, the head. Satyaloka, the truth, the place where the ultimate truth rests. So he is moving from the white light into this very beautiful location which is called the Satyaloka. So he has to travel to there. Verse 27. In that planet of Satyaloka, there is neither bereavement, nor old age, nor death. There is no pain of any kind, and therefore there are no anxieties, save that sometimes due to consciousness there is a feeling of compassion for those unaware of the process of devotional service who are subjected to unsurpassable miseries in the material world. Yes, this is where we are heading, the Satyaloka. Sages and saints, those who hang around, can enter this domain and be back also. They can stay there also and they can be back also. So in your normal world also, if you were to become this extraordinary sage, you can also visit those places. Not that you can't. So these are very deep meditative states. The whole body experience becomes zero. That is why he says there is no bereavement. Bereavement means what? You're feeling sorry or you're feeling sad or somebody is dead, somebody is in trouble, I am the worst person, this is that, all those kind of nonsensical feelings, they don't exist in this place. There is no old age. So you are eternal yourself. There is no death as such. Pain is not there. So the sages who are living in that plane of the Satyaloka, they actually don't have any pain as such. There is no anxiety, but sometimes they are very compassionate for those who cannot experience this. See, think on the lines that there are those who are living in this world, they can see the others suffering every day of their life. When you see others suffering every day of their life, do you feel sad for them? Do you feel that, oh my God, this should not be happening to them? So, these people, sometimes due to consciousness, they feel compassionate for those people. Sages like Dattatreya and all, they are very compassionate for this reason. They live constantly in this particular Satyaloka, constantly their mind is destroyed, the divine consciousness is in this loka. They are just moving around with their body. The body has no significance actually. And when they are moving around in this kind of a state, the yogis of the highest order are always in that state of the Satyaloka. They feel compassion for everybody. Even if the other person is misbehaving or saying something bad or, having its own troubles, anxieties, misery, utter nonsense that is going on in their world, when they look at these kind of people, they feel compassionate towards them. So here, Parikshit is told very clearly how these people are. We do the next verse, 28. After reaching Satyaloka, the devotee is specifically able to incorporate fearlessly by the subtle body in an identity similar to that of a gross body, and one after another he gradually attains a stage of existence from earthly to water, fiery, glowing and airy until he reaches the ethereal stage. Now this is something, listen to it. Remember, the sage is sitting in one position, correct? I am going step by step. In that position where he is sitting, he is supposed to put the heel of his feet below, and then he is supposed to block that air going downwards. The air is going upwards. The air means the prana. He is entering the different zones. He meets Brahmaji, he meets Vishnu. Then he goes upwards. At the back of the palate, if you remember, there is the sweet ocean, Amrit, eternity, like that. Beyond that, when he enters the Agya Chakra, and the Agya Chakra, just immediately he meets the fires. Fires, he get purified, and beyond the fires, he is supposed to enter these domains. First he goes to the Maharloka and then he goes to the Satyaloka. So there is the next loka that is entered. Now, when is this happening? That sage has not given up his life as yet. Okay? He is still in that body. So on one side he has a physical body. On the other side he has a mental body. And in this he is entering the Satyaloka. In the consciousness, he is entering the Satyaloka. Here he is saying, this yogi, this great master is able to incorporate all this from top to bottom within his being. He always is now in this transcendental state. Though he is operating in the material world. Did you get it? He is eating, drinking, sleeping, talking, walking, everything is going on. But the consciousness is no longer in him. It is lost in the Satyaloka. Got it? And that is the reason why there is nothing that is happening for him. So he is beyond this watery, fiery, glowing, airy and the ethereal stage also. So in his normal world, his body is going to be like a zombie's body. You know what a zombie's body is? Huh? They just walk around, eat around, all those kind of things. Yet there is no consciousness in that, but they operate at the divine consciousness level because they are now in a place where there is eternity. So this is the state of the yogi. Now this has been described by Sukadev to Parikshit. And he says, now that you have got 7 days left, your job is to attain this state if possible. So we have come to the end of verse 28 and we will stop over here.